What did you ask me?
Prime Minister, they say online that you're actually dead.
I'm dying for coffee. You know what? I love my people. The way they behave is fantastic. Do you want to count the number of my fingers?
Can you show us?
Here, did you see?
Very nice.
Cheers. To go out to get some fresh air, but near a protected space. And your, Israelis, steadfastness is amazing. It gives strength to me, to the government, to the IDF, and to the Mossad. We are doing things that I cannot share at this moment, but we are doing things, striking Iran very hard, even on this day, in Lebanon as well.
6 fingers, a coffee cup, and a war on reality. The Netanyahu deepfake controversy. The video was supposed to end the rumor. It did the opposite when Benjamin Netanyahu posted a casual clip of himself ordering coffee at the Sadaf, a quiet hillside spot outside Jerusalem. His team had a clear objective: show the prime minister alive, relaxed, and joking. Kill the conspiracy theory. Move on. Instead, within hours of the video going live, a new wave of analysis had begun. Users were scrutinizing the way the coffee moved in the cup. They were pointing to subtle shifts in Netanyahu's facial proportions between frames. They were feeding the video into AI detection tools, and then in the moment that turned a manageable public relations problem into a genuine phenomenon, Grok, the AI chatbot integrated directly into X, responded to user queries by classifying the video itself as an AI-generated deepfake. The response meant to bury the rumor had become exhibit A in the prosecution. Netanyahu posted a video to prove he was alive. The internet decided that video was fake too. Welcome to information warfare in 2026, where the antidote to a conspiracy theory can simultaneously become its most powerful piece of evidence. How it started, the 6 fingers that weren't. To understand how the video became a controversy, you have to go back to the moment that started everything. On March 13th, Netanyahu's office released footage of him addressing the nation, his first video appearance since the conflict with Iran had dramatically escalated weeks earlier. For most viewers, it was a standard wartime address for the corner of the internet that had already begun asking questions about the prime minister's whereabouts. It was something else entirely. During one moment in the address, Netanyahu briefly raised his right hand, and social media users already primed to scrutinize every frame claimed they could see 6 fingers. The claim spread with the velocity that only truly viral misinformation achieves. Within hours, it had been shared millions of times across multiple platforms. The logic was straightforward. 6 fingers on a human hand is biologically impossible. If the video showed 6 fingers, the video was AI generated. If the video was AI generated, the real Netanyahu was not there. If the real Netanyahu was not there, something had happened to him. The hashtag Bibi is dead began trending. Speculation cascaded, and the genuine ambiguities surrounding Netanyahu's public schedule, his absence from a significant military council meeting on March 14th, his limited appearances in the preceding days, his son Yair's uncharacteristic social media silence since March 9th, all became, in the conspiratorial reading, not coincidences but confirmation. Then Candace Owens, with her millions of followers on X, added accelerant to the fire. Where's BB? Why is his office releasing and deleting fake AI videos of him? And why is there mass panic at the White House? 3 questions. No evidence. 10 million views before breakfast. The video, a cure that made the patient sicker. Netanyahu's team made a decision. They would not issue a dry statement. They would not hold a press conference. They would fight social media with social media, meet the viral conspiracy theory with a viral rebuttal. The video was the result. Netanyahu walks into Sadaf. In the hills outside Jerusalem, a journalist tells him people online are saying he is dead. He smiles. I am dying for coffee. He responds, deploying a Hebrew idiom that roughly translates as loving something intensely. He adds that he is proud of his people, moved by their resilience during the ongoing crisis. He raises both hands to the camera and invites viewers to count his fingers. 10, unmistakably 10. The itself posted photographs on its own social media accounts confirming Netanyahu's visit. Israel's ambassador to India, Reuven Azar, personally refuted the deepfake claims in an interview, stating he had seen the prime minister in person on multiple occasions and confirming the video was not AI fabricated. The prime minister's office called the rumors fake news and stated clearly that Netanyahu was fine. By any reasonable standard, the rebuttal should have been definitive. It was not. The problem was Grok. Grok, the AI chatbot that X has integrated directly into its platform, giving it extraordinary reach and visibility, responded to user queries about the video by classifying it as potentially AI-generated. Regardless of Grok's actual confidence level or the specific phrasing of its response, the headline that spread was simple and devastating. The AI on X thinks the Netanyahu video is a deep fake. For users already primed to distrust the video, this was not a chatbot making a probabilistic assessment under conditions of uncertainty. It was confirmation. The machine said it. The machine cannot be lying. Netanyahu is dead. The E-zone photographs were dismissed. The ambassador's personal testimony was dismissed. The Prime Minister's office statement was dismissed. The 10 clearly visible fingers were dismissed because an AI chatbot operating with imperfect detection tools on compressed social media video had produced an output that fit the narrative people had already decided was true, the deepfake detection problem nobody is talking about. At the center of this controversy is a technical reality that most people do not understand, but that will define the information environment of every conflict, election, and crisis for the foreseeable future. AI deepfake detection is not reliable. This is not a fringe position held by skeptics of technology. It is the consensus view of researchers who work specifically in the field of synthetic media detection. The tools currently available to detect AI-generated video work by identifying statistical anomalies, unnatural blinking patterns, subtle inconsistencies in lighting, compression artifacts that differ from authentic video, micro-movements that do not match real human behavior. The problem is that these tools were trained on data sets of deepfakes produced by specific AI models. As generative AI improves, the artifacts that detection tools were trained to identify disappear. Better AI produces cleaner fakes that older detection methods cannot reliably identify, and critically, these same detection methods can produce false positives on authentic video, particularly when that video has been compressed, re-uploaded, screenshot, or processed in ways that introduce the same kinds of artifacts that deepfakes produce. A video of a real person, filmed on a real phone, uploaded to social media, compressed by the platform's algorithms, downloaded by a user, re-uploaded as a clip, compressed again, and then analyzed by a detection tool may produce results suggesting AI generation not because the video is fake, but because the chain of compression and re-encoding has degraded it in ways that resemble deepfake artifacts. This is almost certainly what happened with both the original Netanyahu address and the video. Neither showed signs of AI generation that would survive serious forensic scrutiny, but they showed enough surface-level anomalies under conditions of high compression and repeated platform processing to trigger automated detection tools and the pattern-seeking instincts of millions of users determined to find evidence of manipulation. The 6 fingers were almost certainly a compression artifact, a momentary digital glitch in a compressed video frame that created the visual impression of an additional digit. It is a known phenomenon in compressed video. It is not evidence of AI generation, but in an environment where people are looking for evidence and find what they are looking for, a compression artifact becomes a smoking gun. Why this matters far beyond Netanyahu. The Netanyahu deepfake controversy is not primarily a story about Benjamin Netanyahu. It is a story about what happens to truth in a high-intensity conflict when the information environment has been overwhelmed, and the implications extend far beyond this specific incident. We are entering an era in which 3 simultaneous developments are converging to make the information battlefield more dangerous than it has ever been. First, generative AI has made the production of realistic synthetic media genuinely accessible. Creating a convincing deepfake of a public figure no longer requires specialized expertise or expensive equipment. It requires a decent computer and widely available software. The barrier to creating disinformation has collapsed. Second, AI detection tools are not keeping pace with AI generation capabilities. The gap between what can be faked and what can be reliably detected is widening, not narrowing. Detection tools produce false positives on real content and false negatives on sophisticated fakes. They are not reliable arbiters of authenticity, but they are being used as such by platforms, chatbots, and users who do not understand their limitations. Third, and most critically, the conflicts in which this technology is being deployed are generating so much genuine, extraordinary, verified information that the threshold for what seems plausible has shifted dramatically. When a real supreme leader has been assassinated, when real hypersonic missiles have struck real government compounds, when real waves of ballistic missiles are being launched daily and verified by satellite imagery, the claim that a prime minister might have been secretly killed does not seem as far outside the range of possibility as it would have 2 years ago. The extraordinary has become the baseline. And when the baseline is extraordinary, the truly extraordinary, the conspiracy theory, the deepfake claim, the assassination rumor gains a plausibility it does not deserve. Israel's ambassador to India identified this dynamic clearly in his response to the controversy. The disinformation, he suggested, derives from the Iranian side and its accomplices attempting to exploit the fog of war. Whether that specific framing is accurate, the broader point is undeniable. In a conflict this intense, information itself becomes a weapon, and the confusion between real and fake content is a strategic asset for any party that benefits from uncertainty. Iran benefits from a world that is not sure whether Netanyahu is alive, even if Iran did not deliberately seed the Six Fingers rumor, and there is no direct evidence that it did. A world asking that question is a world in which Iranian military operations carry more psychological weight than their physical damage alone would justify. The Satif. As a geopolitical document, there is something almost surreal about the specific location Netanyahu chose for his rebuttal video. The Satif sits in the Jerusalem hills, a beautiful, quiet spot that feels a world away from the missile strikes, the drone swarms, the burning refineries, and the satellite imagery of collapsed rooftops that have defined this conflict. Netanyahu is seen there in a setting of almost deliberate normalcy: coffee, casual clothes, a relaxed demeanor, gentle humor. The choice of setting was not accidental. It was a message in itself to Israelis, to the watching world, and to Iran. The Prime Minister of Israel is not hiding in a bunker. He is not being kept in a secure location away from public view. He is sitting in the hills outside Jerusalem, ordering coffee, joking about Hebrew idioms, and showing you his fingers. But even as a political communication, the video reveals the bind that Netanyahu and his team are in the pre-deepfake era. A video like this would have been an unambiguous proof of life and a decisive rebuttal to any rumor about a leader's death. Today, that same video can be analyzed, scrutinized, fed into detection algorithms, and declared suspect by an AI chatbot, and no amount of photographs or ambassador testimony will fully close the gap for audiences who have decided not to believe it. That is the new reality of political communication during conflict. Proof is no longer self-evident. Evidence is no longer definitive. The audience that does not want to believe something will find the tools, AI detection chatbots, compression artifacts, pattern-seeking analysis to sustain its disbelief indefinitely. Netanyahu showed 10 fingers. Grok said deepfake. Millions chose Grok. What comes after the rumor Netanyahu is alive? The video was real. The coffee was real. The fingers were 10. These facts matter and should be stated clearly. But the conversation this incident has opened about deepfake detection reliability, about AI chatbots as arbiters of truth, about the vulnerability of public trust during high-intensity conflict, about the strategic exploitation of information ambiguity does not close when the specific rumor is debunked. Every future video of every leader involved in this conflict will now be subjected to the same scrutiny. Every public appearance will be analyzed for compression artifacts. Every AI detection tool will be consulted. Every absence from a public event will be read as evidence. The machinery of suspicion, once activated at this scale, does not simply switch off when the immediate controversy is resolved. And somewhere in that machinery, in the gap between what can be verified and what can be doubted, between what detection tools can confirm and what they cannot, between authentic video and the compressed artifacts that make it look suspicious, the next rumor is already being assembled. The war between Iran and Israel is being fought with missiles, drones, and naval forces. It is also being fought with pixels, algorithms, and the six fingers that were never really there. In 2026, you cannot win the physical war if you lose the information war alongside it. Netanyahu understood that when he walked into the Satif and raised both hands to the camera. The question is whether, in the age of Grok and deepfake detectors and viral hashtags, that gesture was enough.